In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Galaxy A23 5G's camera. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. In this video, we're going to be going over some videos that I shot on this phone just to give you guys some samples. This phone did just come out like a week ago, or a little bit over a week ago, so there's really not too many people making videos on this, so I am going to go through the camera on this phone. I am going to show you every single function that is inside of this phone on its camera, and we're going to go over some video samples and go over some photo samples as well. If there's anything else you guys want me to do on this phone, or if you guys have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section down below so I can go ahead and answer them. But let's go ahead and start this out. So obviously we have the camera application down here, and I went through this briefly when I first unboxed the phone. As you guys probably already know, we do have a quad camera setup. The first camera, the main camera, is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. Our secondary is going to be a 5 megapixel ultra wide. Our third is going to be a 2 megapixel macro. And our fourth, of course, is going to be a 2 megapixel depth. Not to mention that we do have a single front-facing camera right here, and that is going to be an 8 megapixel wide angle camera. But as you guys can see, we do have a wide angle mode right here, so if we click on 0.5 times zoom, it's going to zoom out a little bit more, which is going to be handy to use in situations to where you need to get a wider angle. Maybe you're taking a group photo or something like that, and we do have all the way up to 10 times zoom on this device as well. So that's what we have as far as these zoom functions. We have a timer. We can change the aspect ratio. We do have the 50 megapixel camera right there, so that's going to be our 3:4 aspect ratio. We also have 9:16. We have 1:1, and we have our full screen photo if we want to go ahead and take that. Another cool feature right here is obviously going to be our portrait mode, so that's going to go ahead and blur out some stuff in the background depending how far away you are from it. You guys can affect the strength by using this little gauge right here, so that's pretty cool. Also, we have our normal photo, and we can actually use filters. We have my filters, as you guys can see, a ton of different filters you can use. We have face filters as well on here, so that's something that we have in here as well. Obviously we have video. The max recording setting is going to be 1080p at 30 frames per second. Obviously, you can go down to 720. That is still going to be at 30 frames per second. However, and we have the same type of filters for the video as well as the flash, auto, and on. We also have AR zone right here. Another pretty cool application. You can go ahead and make your own emoji sticker. So you can take a photo of yourself and load this up here, and it's going to go ahead and generate you your little emoji or your little icon after how you look, so that's pretty dope. We also have AR Doodle, of course, Deco Pick, AR emoji stickers, and what I talked about before, the AR emoji studio. For anybody who wants to switch it up a little bit, and if you guys communicate with people with Samsung phone, that's definitely going to be a plus. Also, we have our pro mode, we have panorama, we have our food, we have night, we have macro, and we have slow motion if you guys would like to use those. Now, my verdict on this camera so far, before I show you the photos and the samples that I have taken on this device, is that this camera is pretty solid for the price tag. For $299, I think this is a pretty solid camera. I like the portrait mode on this. That's probably one of my favorite parts about this camera, to be quite honest. As far as, you know, taking a normal picture, I think that everything is pretty clear, concise. The saturations are going to be very bright and punchy, so you know, Samsung usually does that, but I think their sensors and their camera on their budget phone did really improve this year. This is the front-facing camera of the Galaxy A23 5G. This is going to be 1080p at 30 frames per second. And it's a little windy over here, currently in direct sunlight. There is something wrong with the screen. In direct sunlight, it's not that bright, so it's not too great, but we're going to talk about that in the full review. But this is how it looks front-facing camera-wise. This is the rear-facing camera on the A23 5G. And they've used this camera sensor on a bunch of different phones this year. So it's really not too different, but this is how it looks. Let's go in the shade a little bit more. Maybe walk near this tree. See the detail we can get. The autofocus is pretty good on this. So those were the samples on the Galaxy A23 5G. We are going to do a full review on this phone this week, so definitely stay tuned for that. We are going to have more photos for you guys, and I am going to have more of a definitive answer about the camera on this device, using it more and more. So definitely stay tuned. We are going to try some more stuff out with this, but really do enjoy this phone so far. I think the camera's pretty solid for the price tag, and I think most people are going to enjoy this if they are looking for a sub $300 phone. So if you guys need a budget phone, the camera on this is going to be pretty solid. As you guys saw, I think many people are going to be pleased with it. Especially since a lot of phones under $300 price tag aren't going to even get up to this. So good camera quality, good stuff so far. I'm glad to see the A23 5G in 2022, and I think it is an appropriate addition to the A series. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Again, this has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.